Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I know people gonna probably be all like, oh, you digging and scratching at the haters and stuff. No, overall, though, I did say that last year that I was going to do more so motivational episodes. Overall, like if you are a new content creator or even if you're an older content creator and you're dealing with hate for the first time, that's one thing that you need to understand about haters is that they're never right on anything that they talk about regarding you. Yeah, they can. The thing is this, they can have a conversation. That's how they usually try to set up their conversations with stuff that they think they know about and they don't know absolutely nothing about. And it's funny too because it could be about their all-time favorite video game. They can make it seem like it's the greatest game of all time, but it's like, okay, you can say that, but is it facts? Like, can you genuinely say, like, let's say for an example, you play Arc Raiders, but they say Apex Legends is the best game of all time. The only reason why I feel like they would make an assumption like that is because probably for one, they've never played Arc Raiders, and two, it's like if you, well, I feel like that's like that because it was going to pretty much be the main thing. They played more of Apex Legends than Arc Raiders. Let's say even if they did play Arc Raiders, but they still said that Apex Legends is a good game. That's your opinion. You can go ahead and say whatever it is that you want to say about Apex Legends being the best game, but can you say, and you know what, let's just overall, there might be, because it is a free game, so I feel like that, yeah, Apex Legends, it might be more affordable, but overall, let's see the Steam player count. I could be wrong, though. It could be on some stuff where, hold on for a second, because I missed, okay, there it goes. So dang, actually, no, it's well, I mean, they did have more players like all time versus what because Arc Raiders had 481,000, Apex Legends had 620. That's not that far off though, like when you honestly think about it. But the current players, they got 45,000 people playing Apex Legends, and then there's 258,000 people playing Arc Raiders. So can you say and make it seem like that everybody is going to agree with you? Can you say that Apex Legends is the better game? Now, there I feel like that there could be an argument there, but at the same time, it's not an argument that an Arc Raiders player is going to just walk themselves into. That's what I mean by haters never being right, because they want to make it seem like that they're right, and they'll have a conversation with you with something that they think that they're right on. But I'm like, fam, your mind is only closed off on Apex Legends, but you can put anything there for the, I guess the like if we're considering this a math problem and stuff, yeah, that first column, you can put anything there. It doesn't need to be Apex Legends, because I guess I could speak for myself. Haters tried to make it seem like that reaction videos was it was god awful content, it was the worst content on the internet and all this other stuff. Yet there's all of this success that then came out from reaction videos, that line of content, for both the creator that's doing reaction videos and the thing that they're reacting to. I don't know how many times I had it where people then thanked me for, because no, it was actually just recently. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys might be familiar with the content creator Isaac Y. So I think there was something going on with the place that he was partnered with, because they actually had copyright striked one of my videos. And so I'm thinking to myself, because at first I thought it was Isaac Y, and I'm like, fam, I would have taken down the videos. Like, we could have had a conversation about this. But I'm like, because I thought it was okay for me to react to his videos, because I was like, there was never a problem. I think there was even times where I would join his stream and he recognized me. So I'm like, fam, what is going on? And so I was slightly confused, because I'm like, okay, I know a lot of people like the content of me reacting to his music and all that stuff, and so I'm like, I'm not trying to. I was kind of conflicted, because I didn't know whether to take the videos down or not, and I was extremely close to doing so, because I'm like, I'm not trying to have it where my channel gets, it gets put in a critical situation and stuff. So, anyways, but no, he reached out to me and he explained everything that was going on. Yeah, it was like the team that he's partnered with or whatever the case is, but overall though, they he did get them to reverse the strike and stuff, and yeah, my channel is back in good graces. So I was like, all right, cool. But no, he and the thing is this, he could have went about that in two different ways. He could have went about it in the way that he did, where he thanked me, he appreciated the content and all that stuff, didn't want me to take the content down, or he could have been like, yeah, take the content down, all that other stuff, I don't like it. And then, yeah, I would have had no problems with taking the content down. And see, that's the thing. That's the difference between the person that's getting hated on and the hater, is that the person that's getting hated on, they don't mind sitting down and listening to people. Like, that's one thing about me with content creating, is that there's never been a time where if somebody were to approach me and be like, hey, can you take down the video that you reacted to of mine? I have no problem with that. I have no problem with it whatsoever. There was actually another person in the I think he played Rainbow Six Siege, because I think that's how I discovered him, was through other creators that played Rainbow Six Siege and he was involved. But I had mainly, it was the Discord like videos that I was reacting to of his. But no, overall though, there was another person in the Rainbow Six Siege community where it wasn't even them. It was one of their fans that reached out to me and wanted me to take down their videos because they didn't like that line of content. The creator that I was reacting to, they didn't like that line of content no more. Now, I very well could have had an argument and been like, oh, well, it's already been uploaded and posted and everybody done seen it, so what's the point of taking it down? That's the thing, though. I guess, besides listening, I'm also respectful when it comes to people on the internet. That's one thing that a hater can't, say. They're not respectful towards people, because let it be the other way around. Let's say if I were to approach my haters and tell them, hey, take down those videos about me. I don't like them. I don't want to see them no more. Do you think that they would listen? No. So why, I guess, switching it back the other way around, or no, actually, what was I getting ready to say? Hold on, because I got a little distracted. My apologies. I'm not trying to, because I then did numerous takes of this podcast episode because I was trying to record this a while back and I messed up, and I tried to record it again, messed up. I'm not trying to be going back and forth doing numerous takes after numerous. Y'all know me, I be messing up. All right, so just bear with me, okay? So we gonna backtrack and then we can go back. But anyways, but no, that's the thing though. It's like haters don't listen to people. That's not in their mindset to listen to people. So that's why a lot of the times, they always do find themselves in arguments and going back and forth with people. But that's going back to the original topic of this podcast episode. The stuff that they argue about, they're never right on it. And then it could even be on some stuff where it's like, let's say a hater does go out of their way to, I guess, have an opinion about you and stuff. Again, it's an opinion, all right? It's not actual factuals. And there's been times where haters have made videos about me and they just flat out lied to people. Like there was the racist pedophile YouTuber that I was getting into it with for years. He does this video and it was talking on a night where we got into an argument. And so how the argument started was that he came to my channel insulting me. He tried to make it seem like in the video that he came to my channel trying to offer peace and wanted to help me out with my argument skills. And I'm thinking to myself, when did I ever ask you for anything? I don't need your help. I don't need your advice. I don't need nothing from you. I'm doing perfectly fine when it comes to content creating. And it's funny when you look at him now, that's why I'm over here giving him this name of him being a racist pedophile, because that's one thing that I can't overall lie on. There is racist evidence towards, pretty much towards him. And then there's also pedophile evidence towards him. My thing is this. I just don't get how he can, if he turns around and says that he's not a racist pedophile, I'm like, okay, well then explain the numerous videos of you, just overall, because there was the one video where he was talking about how he was on a date with a black woman and said some racist stuff. But then if there's not a whole lot of video evidence on you being racist, then let's just talk about the fans that you influenced. I'm pretty sure that racism had to come from somewhere. But then if we switch over to the pedophile stuff, it's like, fam, your editor was a pedophile. The person that you pretty much got canceled for, they are a pedophile. There's been pedophile allegations against you. So it's one of those things where it's like, I guess if people will try to like flip this episode back on me and then try to make it seem like that I'm a hater and that I'm wrong. So the thing is this, if that is the case, y'all got to keep that same energy for yourself. But and that's the thing where it's like with haters, they always like to have it where certain things can only work for other people, but they can never work on them. Like they got this force field where nothing can approach them, nothing can infiltrate, nothing. It's like, no, we're always right and you guys are always wrong. Why? And my thing is this, I guess if I could sit down and talk to a hater, it ain't even got to be one of my haters, but just anybody that is a hater and you're hearing this episode, why is it like that? Why is it like that where it's like you guys are always right on a conversation and everybody else is always wrong? Like even if you look at people, and I know people will probably be all like, oh, it's in poor taste to use him and stuff for an example of this podcast episode, but let's just talk on that guy, Charlie Kirk. He always would say something racist. He always would, say something offensive. Why is it that he was always right and everybody else was always wrong? And that's the thing, when it's like, when you look at who he was always a person where he knew that he was going to get people to, I guess, act out or, pretty much be offended by something that he said. So, and that's the thing where it's like, he probably knew to align to that he was wrong. Because it's like that. The thing is this, you have this assumption about people, right? And he had this assumption about, let's just say, people of color. He overall would say some racist things about people, whether it was a black person or anybody else, but he would have this assumption about them. How do you know that what you're saying is the truth if you haven't met every single person within that race? That's what I would like to know. So that's why I'm like, with people like him, it's like, yeah, you can say that you're a quote unquote motivational speaker or you win all your debates and arguments and all this other stuff. But it's like, you can't, I guess, say that at the same time, because it's like, you haven't talked to everybody about like whatever. Cause I guess like, if it's something that I can personally relate to, reaction videos. People for the longest was always trying to, well, I wouldn't say people, but there was like a certain group of people on the internet that always had this hatred out for people that did reaction videos. And I'm thinking to myself, you don't even know the reason on why people are doing reaction videos, because they could be doing it for their mental health. They could be doing it if it's like, especially if they're blowing up with reaction videos, they could be doing it to better their life, better their family's life, whatever the case may be, or if they want to donate to charities. Like there could be so many different reasons on why a person does reaction videos and stuff. So really, at the end of the day, how can you, I guess, hate on reaction videos? Or even if we're switching back to Charlie Kirk, how is it that you could be racist to people if you never even met every single person in that race? So that's why a lot of times, like when I look at people like him, or when I look at the people that I deal with on the internet, I'm like, you guys talk on one, like, no, you use one situation where it was negative for you, but you want to make it seem like that it works for everything possible. It don't work like that. And that's the thing where it's like, you can hit them with an example and they still, at the end of the day, because it's like, I was thinking of an example where it's like, so if you have an instructions on putting together a dryer, and you're looking at that to because it's instructions, right? It's supposed to work for everything, but you're using it to put together a computer. How would that work out? And that's how I look at a lot of different people in their arguments and their debates and all that stuff. They want to have it where that one time where they win a debate, they want to have that same strategy or, game plan and stuff with every debate and argument that they get into. And it's like, fam, there's going to be, if not all of the time, there's going to be a lot of different times where you're wrong on whatever it is that you're talking about. Because for one, you don't know nothing about it. So how can you have an opinion? That's like me going around trying to have an opinion on stuff. Let's just say, I don't know, being a firefighter or something. I always use being a fire. I need to think of like different examples and stuff, but no, that's like me trying to have an opinion about firefighters and having an argument like, oh, they're doing their job correctly. How would I overall know that if I've never been, just because I played the video game, that therefore I know everything that needs to be known about being a firefighter? It doesn't work like that. It never has worked like that. So that's why a lot of different times where when I get into arguments with haters, I'm like, you guys are talking on something. You're not a fan of whatever it is that I guess you see on my channel. So whether it's my reaction videos, my gaming videos, my attitude, whatever it is that you see about me, you don't know nothing about it. So how can you form an opinion about it? You've seen 5 to 10 minutes of it and you think you know everything you need to know about it. It don't work like that. This isn't a video game where there's 2 buttons that you need to press. No, this is somebody's life. This is somebody that it's like they know more, whatever it is that you're trying to have an argument on. So like, I guess like for my haters and stuff, they want to have an argument about reaction videos and all this other stuff that's on my channel. Y'all don't know nothing about it, but I do. So if it's going to be a toss up between me being right on something that I know or you being right on something that you don't know, please do the math. Because it's one of those things where I guess if let's switch the roles around, there's something that you know about and I don't know nothing about it, and I'm having an argument with you guys or a debate with you guys about it, and I'm saying that I'm right. Am I right? Like, let's say, switching back to Apex Legends. You're a fan of that game. I'm not. But I have this elaborative opinion about it. Am I right on what I say? No. And that's something that I'm not afraid to admit. Yes, there's been times in my life, because there was 2 occasions back when I was in high school where I was a hater. I was hating on Ray William Johnson, and I was hating on Rebecca Black. Now look at them two. Rebecca Black, it's like, yeah, she might not be making the music that she was making when she was younger. No, her music done got better. For somebody that doesn't even listen to her music like that, no, definitely go out and listen to her. I guess if you are into that type of music, but it's different from that Friday song and stuff. But yeah, I remember when I heard that song for the first time, I was hating. But I think that's one thing about being a hater, is that it's always influenced by the general audience and stuff. So if you see a lot of different people or a crowd of people and stuff hating on the song, you most likely, I guess, like when you're a person that's easily persuaded by crowds, yeah, you're gonna go with the majority audience and stuff. And then with Ray William Johnson, that hate was just fueled off of just some dumb stuff. Now, I ain't even afraid to admit, I was an immature kid growing up, and so stuff like that. Hating on Ray William Johnson, it's still to this day, it doesn't even make any sense to me why I was hating on him when his content was good, and then with Rebecca Black, I just think that if I had anything good to say about her music back then when she was younger, or just even the song that made her famous, Friday, I had to say that's it right then and there. I'm like, that's the one positive thing that I could say, is that it made her famous. And it overall put her in a situation where she had room to grow. It wasn't even like Friday was a bad song. I just think that it did get overplayed. I was like, you seen it way too much. But I had to say that it did help her improve a lot as an artist. And I feel like there's a lot of different artists out there, from like some of the bigger artists, like if we're talking Kendrick Lamar, who else? I'm trying Taylor Swift, where it's like, yeah, if you looked at their earlier work and then you look at their work now, night and day. So yeah, I had to say that's because it wasn't even too long ago where TikTok was blowing up with Rebecca Black like crazy. I mean, they kept showing this one ad for her, but I was like, man, that's actually good that it's like she's in that position where it's like we're starting to see spams of her ads and stuff, rather than everybody, because I feel like that's one thing. It's like, yeah, you mention Rebecca Black, of course you're gonna talk on her song Friday, but then you look at her, it's like, yeah, you can't look at her as the same artist that she was back then than who she is today. 2 different artists, and then with Ray William Johnson, it's like that man is a YouTube legend. That's one thing that you can't take away from him, that he is a YouTube legend. And then with Rebecca Black, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't say a musical legend, but she's definitely one of those artists where it's like you done heard her, you done seen her name before, you've heard her music. And my thing is this, and let's just say, if I still was hating on Rebecca Black and Ray William Johnson, and no, let's just paint that picture real quick. I don't do none of the videos that I'm doing right now. I don't do no let's say I might have a podcast, or if I am doing reaction videos and all that other stuff. But let's just say I never created my gaming channel. Let's say I never went that far with making music or any of that other stuff. I've been doing videos since I was in high school, hating on Rebecca Black and Ray William Johnson. That's just what my whole channel is dedicated to doing. I hate Rebecca Black and Ray William Johnson. That would be my channel name. And then it's just all these different videos and a bunch of different ways of me just hating on them. I guarantee and I promise you, the same people that hate on my videos, they will be telling me that I'm wasting my time. They're like, hey, they're doing much more better than you. You're sitting around talking about how much you don't like them. Meanwhile, if Ray William Johnson was to come back and do equals 3, that would probably be some of the biggest news whatsoever. And then Rebecca Black's, I guess in her situation, let's say she came out with that one song that topped out Friday, that girl will be doing world tours and a bunch of other different things with her music career. So what reason would I have to hate on somebody? And it's like, and then on top of that too, they ain't did nothing to me. One just posts his YouTube videos and the other one sings. So how is that affecting my day-to-day life? I guess if I put myself in that situation for it to affect my day-to-day life. That's why I'm like, going back to what I originally said, haters are never right, because you have that God-given choice to avoid whatever it is that you're hating on, yet you still try to put yourself involved in that situation, try to seek some sort of validation for whatever it is that you're hating on. It's like, bro, it's a waste of time. Just like how you would tell me on whatever it is that I'm doing, how it's a waste of time. Well, you being a hater, because it's like, what do you overall gain? When has there ever been a time where a hater has been successful, like where they have been in a situation as Ray William Johnson or Rebecca Black, and it's like you have the whole world looking at you? I have to say the only time where that worked out, where a hater, well, I can't even really, because I feel like there's definitely some stuff that we don't know about that's been going on behind closed doors, but the only time where I have to say I seen a hater become successful is Kendrick Lamar. Because with the hatred that he has for Drake, I'm telling you, that's one of those things where it's like, to see this man, okay, come out with multiple hit songs. All right, Euphoria, I have to say probably, yeah, those would probably be the two biggest, because it was like, he came out with like 3 or 4 different songs, but I feel like the two biggest ones was Euphoria and Not Like Us. Hold on for a second, let me look it up, because they even have like a whole Wikipedia page for it. I'm like, that's how you know how big this situation was. There's a whole Wikipedia page called Drake and Kendrick Lamar feud. And Kendrick, he came out because he was featured. That's how it all started. So he was featured on the song Like That by Metro Boomin and Future. And then so there was that, Euphoria, 616 in LA, Meet the Grams. Okay, I forgot about Meet the Grams, but yeah, there was that, and then of course Not Like Us. And then Drake, he came out with Push Ups, Tailor Made, Freestyle, Family Matters, Buried Alive, Interlude Part 2, The Heart Part 6, Buried Alive Part. When did that? I don't feel like nobody talked on that. I just feel like they talked on the ones where it got like green, or not green but blue. Like the words are blue and stuff, because that one, it's like it's blacked out, like you can't even click on it and see what it's about, versus the other songs you can. But yeah, overall though, I'm like, yeah, that I have to say that was probably the only time where I seen a hater actually be successful. But I definitely feel like there is something going on behind closed doors that we don't know about. Maybe one day I could definitely see that probably when these guys are much more older, like 50s, 60s, we might, either a sit down or a documentary, something where it could kind of explain all of this. Cause we just going based off of what we're seeing. We don't know what's been going on behind closed doors, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And I know I was just, because usually I kind of just end the episode, but I just got to thinking, because I feel like people will ask, was Kendrick Lamar right for what he did? Like I said, if there is something that is going on behind closed doors, we need to know, to at least be able to, I guess, answer that question truthfully, if he was right for what he did. Because I feel like that there is a difference with haters. Like, there's those one people where it's like they might have a legitimate reason on why they're hating on somebody. Then there's those people that just they don't have no reason. Like, they're going based off of from what they heard from another person and things. And I had to say I've seen like both types of haters and stuff. I've dealt with both types of haters, where one is like, they just hating for no reason, and then the other is like they have a legitimate reason to hate. And if there is a legitimate reason, like the person that you're hating on is somebody negative, I still feel like that it's it's still a waste of time to hate on somebody. You shouldn't be wasting your time and throwing your life away spending years hating on somebody. No, it's like eventually it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you got to move on, find bigger and better things to be focused on. But if you are just sitting around hating on the person, like it's one of those things where it's like, come on, bruh, like you gotta move on and do better in things. But yeah, with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake stuff, I think that there definitely is something that needs to be talked about with that. You know, we need more answers. But anyways, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.